Hello, my name is Ernest O'Boyle, and I'll be teaching systematic review and meta-analysis for the organizational sciences for Karma, and for the in-person Karma, which I'm really excited to return to in person. I think meta-analysis and systematic review is a great topic, but it can sometimes be a little bit difficult to deliver over Zoom. So again, excited about that. Very quickly, introduction of me before we get into the more important stuff of what this class is about. I'm Ernest O'Boyle. I'm the Dale Coleman Chair of Management and the Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. I teach exclusively in our graduate program, so that's substantive topics to the MBAs and executives, but then I teach research methods and statistics to our doctoral students, and some of that content involves systematic reviews and meta-analysis. The technique, and sorry, in terms of research, I study evil. I like bad stuff, not in like a neckbeard, edgelord kind of way, but it's interesting that organizations have set up these carrots and sticks to try to facilitate one set of behaviors, but sometimes for a variety of reasons, individuals will engage in something that's completely counter to that. So I study narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy. That's the dark triad of personality, counterproductive work behaviors, abuse of supervision, broken team norms, toxic work culture, as well as another topic that has a lot of overlap with meta-analysis, questionable research practices and outcome reporting bias and publication bias. That's a topic that has a lot of crossover with meta-analysis because oftentimes how we detect if there's some bias or some rose tint to a literature is by doing a systematic review of that literature to do a meta-analysis. So, in terms of what we are going to cover in class, it is a soup to nuts course on how to conduct a meta-analysis. The nice part is meta has very few barriers to entry. Pretty much, if you got a library card, you can do a meta-analysis. The statistics are incredibly straightforward: correlations, means, standard deviations, the standardized mean differences. We will get complicated by the end a little bit, but you don't need a ton of background in stats to come in. Stats 101 background, frankly, is all you really need. We will use open source software, so it's going to be R. I'm not a programmer. We're going to use really simple out of the box commands. It should be a very straightforward. If you're relatively unfamiliar with R, you'll be fine on that. But nice thing is Karma offers a lot of tutorials in that regard to get you up to speed if you do want to come in with a little more R background. We will begin with the underlying logic and theory of meta-analysis. After that, it's okay, how do we systematically develop a research question that people care about? You know, the days unfortunately are over where the justification for a meta was no one's done a meta of it yet. Those days are long gone. We got to have attention. You got to have a compelling research question. How do we approach that from a meta-analytic standpoint? How do we do a thorough and exhaustive and complete review of the literature? How do we make sure that we're not going to be heavily biased by, it's all these samples come from the same two countries. So how do we generalize across the world in that case? We don't. How do you set up decision rules and coding sheets to make sure that you're transparent and robust? How do you actually run the stats for a bivariate meta, whether you're using a Hunter and Schmidt approach or what's sometimes called Hedges and Olkin or Lipsey and Wilson? We'll cover the bivariate statistics primarily using something called psychometric meta-analysis. That's the one where you correct for things like unreliability or range restriction. And then we're also going to near the end, especially when we go multivariate, when we're testing moderators using meta-analytic structural equation modeling, we're going to draw primarily from that Lipsey-Wilson tradition. So two different R packages, but pretty straightforward in both cases. I think it's great for doc students and junior faculty that just want to go in this direction as being an extra tool in the toolbox. I think it's great for mid to late career folks. They're looking to change gears a little bit from what they traditionally have done, be it qualitative or more traditional primary data collections. You don't need an extensive background to do it. You don't need to be exclusively an organizational scholar to get value out of this course, but certainly the Hunter and Schmidt approach is going to be more popular for that group of individuals, and that's the one we rely on. Anyway, I hope to see you in person when we teach Karma, and look forward to it.